Okay. Microphone? I haven't got it already. Okay. Fucking freezing, man, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Oh, you'll be fine. Oh, cheers, man. Thank you so much. Cheers. Have we got anybody in? Anybody in? Oh, fucking haven't done a fucking thingy, man. Ah, buy me a coke. Can you? You need to log in here, man. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me have a wee look at this. I'll be able to do it from the phone. Hold on, I can do it. I can just. No, it's to tell people I'm going live. Oh, right, sorry. How's it going? And we're back. And we're back. I don't know where I drink this or drink water. Guys and dolls, Freedom Dad here, and we are again outside Bangor. Outside Bangor, 7 p.m. every Friday, with the guys. The local people come down every night to demonstrate against illegal, irregular, and mass immigration. Not just in Bangor, not just in the Marina Hotel or the hotel down the street, but every hotel in Northern Ireland. This is what these guys are doing. And so we give you a wee bit of backstory. The guys have been doing this for 2.5 years. They're one of the first people in Britain to start protesting outside a hotel, before England, before Scotland, before Wales. 2.5 years every Friday without a break. All weathers, rain, snow, and sleet. These guys have been here every Friday at 7 o'clock. And if you're watching this live from Bangor, come down and enjoy and say hello to the other patriots and get to know people. It's a wee bit windy. I'm going to try and get my jacket sorted out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the last couple of lives. Out last night with the East Belfast boys, and and the guys from and the guys from they came up to protest in Bangor, Kilcooley, outside Kilcooley Estate, and I could have kept rolling and showed you how many people turned up, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to get these guys on camera. They wouldn't be expecting Freedom Dad to be standing there filming them. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of anger in the community, and Freedom Dad got there first, and they left. You know what I mean? And I got a bit of flack in the comments about threatening them and all that. I never threatened them. I was marking their cards, letting them know that if I've just found out that you're here, they'll be coming from all directions, and I wasn't wrong. So yeah, it is what it is. These guys just can't pop up wherever they feel like. And start throwing down these Palestinian flags and supporting Hamas and all the rest of it on the guys of doing it for the children. You know what I mean? There's no real evidence, at the end of the day, of anybody starving right now. Food is getting through. There's food being dropped. There is evidence of Hamas stealing the food. And there is evidence of hostages starving. That's me. And I've always kept myself neutral. But when you're coming into our areas to bring this kind of rhetoric at this time, when we've got bonfires getting lit all around Northern Ireland tonight with our flags on them by the Catholic community, but not all the Catholic community, a small minority of the Catholic community will be burning bonfires tonight. And they will have stuff to do with Lee Rigby, stuff to do with volunteers and men who have died in the conflict. They'll have pictures of them men up, and like I say, they got Lee Rigby's name up on a card, and a few other things. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're not here to Like, do what you need to do. If that's what floats your boat, that's what floats your boat. We were not like them. Um, yeah. At the end of the day, we're trying to move forward in a way where we understand each other's um, traditions and cultures. Protestants and Catholics. You know what I mean? And every time we come this time of year, on both sides, it is very difficult. And this isn't the time to be throwing Palestinian flags up outside Kilcully Estate. Wind your necks in, guys. Wind your necks in. So I don't know is what's it going to be talking. 2 seconds, guys. Could you do me a favor? Could you grab my jacket, man?
Yes.
Fucking freezing so now.
You cool?
Alright, man. It's because I'm sitting here, standing here, and that wind coming in. What's that can? What's that can, man? Cheers, man. Cheers, mate. So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Neil. Hope you're doing good, mate. I know you're watching the live, and give you a wee shout out later. I'm going to be doing a live when I get back tonight, so lots to talk about. You know what I mean? I have been in the last couple of days just taking screenshots of what's going on in Northern Ireland, and I plan to bring that to you. Trying to get time to edit it all and do it properly. So the night will just be a live, just having a chat about stuff, and yeah, it is what it is, as I always say. We will just go with the flow, so we will. Plain as a bat, man. So yeah, okay. It's always good to see familiar faces, friendly faces, and friends. You know what I mean? And this is what it's about. You actually make friends. It's a community. It's a community of people who are awake. It's a community of people who cannot be silenced. It's a community of people who are going to do everything they can to protect their children. And it is what it is, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's really frustrating whenever you're always in this shadow of being called a racist and a far right and a Nazi. And it is fucking. It's so difficult. You know what I mean? When you know the difference, when you know these people, you speak to these people, you come down here and you meet these people. You know what I mean? And you go to the demos, you go to the protests, and if you truly believe in your heart that there's far right racist Nazis here, then go to the demos and you will be pleasantly surprised. There's no two ways about it. And it's a common thread, and nothing's going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to go, oh, they're all nice guys now, and nice and concerned parents, but somewhere down the line it'll be off. That's them. It's just labels. It's just labels. That's all it is. It's labels to keep the rest of the population from supporting the people who know the truth. And that's what it's all about. It's to silence the minority who are awake in Northern Ireland and in England, Scotland, Wales, and in Ireland. Every single patriot is under attack to be silenced, to stop the word getting out, to protect the rest of the communities. And that's what's happening. That's not misinformation, that's fact. You can see what's going on, guys. You can see what Stormer's doing with freedom of speech. The whole world's talking about it. You don't need to listen to Freedom Dad. You just need to go online and listen to what everybody's saying around the world: America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and all over Europe. Big, massive podcasters, big, massive YouTubers, all saying that there's a problem in England, and people talking about like all sorts of mad stuff, like maybe Trump will invade. You know what I mean? Wishful thinking, guys. Cheers, man. All right, man. You doing all right?
Good job, yes.
Yes, aye. Do you want to say a few words?
Um,
Can I ask you a couple of questions? Simple. Yes. So what are you doing here? What brings you down here tonight? Are you down,
serious?
Yeah, well, just are you down here supporting the guys?
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Been doing it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like because they don't know this. My audience don't know. You know what I mean? So we're just like we've got people from England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, America, all watch my videos. You know what I mean? And it's just like anybody that's just come on the live and not understanding what's going on. Can you explain them what's going on and what your fears are? What brings you out here every weekend? And you can be blunt and honest. It's freedom of speech and freedom of opinion.
Yeah, it's not a bit of bother, mate. There was a guy arrested here the other day, yesterday. Bangor run the by with cable ties.
It is all alleged. You got to be careful. It's an ongoing case. So
well, that's in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
He was high, but here, listen. I work with a charity called Street Soccer. I'm a
Right.
football referee,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of see now, and this is the honest to God truth. It used to be for local guys
Yeah.
and girls in Belfast, Londonderry, Coleraine, all around. Used to be for them living in hostels.
Yeah.
Down on their luck, mental health issues, and we've had a few suicides, both with women and fellas within the charity. Now it appears that they can't throw enough money at the streetsoccer.com charity.
Yep.
And today, refereeing, it's five-a-side competitions. Out of 73 participants, there was 4 local boys. All the rest are from Somalia,
Yep.
Sudan, Iraq, Iran. Now, there is some good guys amongst them.
Of course, of course. Yep, of course.
Don't get me wrong, that work and have their family over here.
Is it the general shock of the change and how quick it's changing? Is that what you're getting at?
It's changed. I've been working with that charity for 10 years, and all of a sudden, all the local guys are just, now we don't want to come anymore.
Yeah.
And the money, the equipment that's given back.
We've seen it. We've seen it at the chimney corner. The amount of equipment, the brand new equipment, and cricket gear and everything.
Yeah.
Now there seems to be no expense for these guys. Nothing's impossible, and everything's pushed out there for them. The thing I've noticed as well, we've got a lot of youth clubs in Belfast and Northern Ireland shutting down, but there seems to be an awful lot of youth clubs. Well, not youth clubs, but they're clubs for men popping up. Have you noticed that? And they are all full of foreign nationals.
I probably believe you, but I don't do that on Facebook or listen to news and things that happened way back in my day. But certainly it's troubled times are coming.
Yeah.
Troubled times are coming.
Have you got children?
I do, and I've got grandchildren.
So that's I take it, because that's where I'm starting everything is my daughter and what we leave for our daughter. And so what kind of changes can you see, just speaking from your own opinion on what you've seen and research and what you've seen in England? What do you think's coming to Northern Ireland?
What's happening in England? England's gone. England's gone. They've lost it. Are they starting to fight back? Slightly. The Republic's gone. France is gone. Here we're doing our little bit. It's a pain in the backside for the local district commander because we're a peaceful protest that has to be policed. They say now that, look, there's one across the road, full face thing on, and they're just, it's coming in, and there's going to be troubled times, and as long as I can stand up, I'll fight them.
Tommy Robinson says it's like mixing oil and water. Do you agree?
Doesn't mix. Absolutely doesn't mix. But when you put cream in the black coffee, the cream comes to the top.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to ask you any more awkward questions. Thank you so much. Cheers. So there you have it. There's an insight of some small part of Northern Ireland that nobody else, we wouldn't find out about unless we asked, you know what I mean? And, you know, there is changes in Northern Ireland. People in certain things are seeing it. There's a lot of money getting thrown at these guys, and there's a lot of time and effort getting put in, while the local community are being sort of treated like second-class citizens. People with disabilities are getting attacked, and they're trying to find money and scrape money from places where they shouldn't. Because really, at the end of the day, they shouldn't be needing to scrape money. You know, we're spending billions and billions and billions on these men, and we can't afford it. You know, we can't afford it. But it is disheartening. See, do you want to just have a wee angle how we spent to get a wee chat with a couple of people?
As you can see, there's a bit more than 4 people here. Just to want no more accidents this week. People thinking they're going to drive over people. Well, Foxy lad, how's it going? Good man, Foxy lad. Yeah, it's filling up here at AME. We're hoping to see more faces here. Hello there, wee bit bunkers. Shout out to Ramondo. Get well soon. From Admiral von Lightning Bolt. No, I haven't got to see CJ's video yet. I think he posted he was putting it out at maybe 6:30 or 7:30, was it? Not too sure on that. Cheers, little Englander. Yeah, can't mistake me.
Want to catch Richard speaking? Want to grab it? Is that? I know, mate. I know. Fucking, I was one I left in the car, and Eddie brought it down. So he did. No, fuck it, man. You know what I mean? Don't need it. So yeah, guys. Richard's gonna say a few words. So we're just bringing the camera down. Gonna get the mic on him and that. Um. Uh, so yeah, like I say, I have made a comment under a page saying I won't be at Chimney Corner tomorrow. There's a lot to go into. It's difficult for me not to talk about stuff when it's in my head, and I don't like talking about some stuff. You know what I mean? Some stuff shouldn't be brought on social media. So I will try and be as careful and as genuine, obviously, and not try not to hurt too many people's feelings. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I can't appreciate about topics, what's going on around me and around our movement in Northern Ireland. These things need to be addressed. I think. You know, all we look for is support and loyalty from each other. Under any face of adversity, as we see with me, with the media, and how they came at me constantly in the papers and trying to turn people against me and make life difficult for me going down to Dublin. And it's times like that when you see the strength of the men and women in Northern Ireland when they stand by you. And uh, we expect that from everyone. We expect you know, just because we got personal differences or egos are getting in the way, we expect a loyalty of patriots. You're either working against my wee lucky or you're working for my wee lucky. There's no in between. When I look at a man when he's coming to a platform or he's bringing himself onto the scene and putting his face or his words out there, I look at that man and I go, is he doing my daughter good or is he doing my daughter harm? And that's how I judge everybody. I've said this from the start, and we go forward like just trying to build bridges. We're not wanting to fall out with anybody. I've got no hate in my heart for anybody, but some things need to be spoke about off camera and on camera. I believe, you know. So yeah, that's a Marina Court Hotel, guys, that you're looking right at there behind the bus. And we have the police. We've got. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna hit the code in. Yeah, well, it's a number of reasons. Oh, sorry. It's a number of reasons. It's because of the traffic congestion and because of the lack of support from some individuals to for other patriots. When I do believe that there's been loyalty given out and support given out to some people and it hasn't been returned when they've really needed it. And it's not nice to watch. It's it's not nice to see a man who's done so much for me and other people and patriots when they're down, seeing the men that aren't reaching his hang up. Grab it. What happened there? What happened there? What happened?
Guy just come up from us there. He thinks this is on
Well,
this.
thanks a lot. Right, okay, we're trying to get this skinning like.
No.
Tell Richard not to go and cover Ratty. Tell Richard not to go and cover Ratty.
Where is he?
He's down there. Where is he?
There is only a place, and like, you don't want no fuckery, but I want to take this fucking around photo crowd. Bro, he knows how yes. That's cool. You think that's cool? I can't be like. No, wait a minute. My mom is from here. She's born and bred. I'm half and half. That's bullshit. So who's trafficking?
So we basically had a guy came over.
The guy who doesn't understand what's going on. He's a guy who thinks we're racist. He thinks we're far right, thanks to the media and everybody else that's against us. I'm not going to name any names. I'm sick of naming these characters' names. They don't deserve me calling their names out. But yeah, this is the thing. You see can you see the way the police work, right? Could you imagine if that was one of us going into a Palestinian demonstration, right? So imagine a patriot going up to a Palestinian demo and behaving like that. How long do you think it would be before we would be on the ground in handcuffs? And you see the difference. You see the difference with the way the police deal with these men and the way they deal with our men, and we see it over and over again, the aggressiveness from all Strathclyde police, Metropolitan Police, we see it all the time where they go in really heavy handed. But yet when it comes to these men, as we see over and over again, they have the gloves on and it's all nicey, you know what I mean? Yeah, they did what they needed to do there. They've moved them on. Whether they'll come back or not, God only knows. You know, at the end of the day, it looks like it's a situation where the guy needs put in the back of a car and either taken home or to the police station. You know, he definitely needs taken out of the area. But yeah, it all comes down to the media and the government and everything else of how they push the rhetoric of us being far right. So people like that watch the reports and show them. Does this look like people that are far right? Lift that up and show them people. Ready? Lift it up and show them. Show them the people that are here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hand you over to Richard, guys. Let me move my mic down a wee bit so
Yeah,
it's
go
not
for it,
as
man.
a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
loud the last time.
Mark, can you just check through the viewfinder, make sure that's got picking me up and standing in the right place? Is that all right? Yeah. What's that? Am I all right there? Yeah. Just say where. Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming, and don't know how many times I've been standing here on a Friday night, but the crowd is getting bigger and bigger. And I want you all to give yourselves a round of applause for taking a stand. For taking a stand for your country, for your town, for your family, for your daughters, and for your wives. You can be proud of yourselves for coming here tonight. I want to tell you something here tonight, folks. We could have been standing here tonight in the mouth of a tragedy, because we all know what's happened in the last week in Bangor. There's been a man called Solomon Delalio prowling the streets of this town. He's been armed. The police apparently were phoned 9 times about this man. 9 times. He was only arrested yesterday. Now I want to thank those PSNI officers that arrested him yesterday. I'll never do this again, but I want you to give those officers that arrested that man a round of applause for taking... But we could have been looking at a Southport situation in Bangor, and can you imagine the difference in the way the atmosphere would have been tonight? We as the people of Bangor have got to make sure that never happens. Now, Stephen Nolan and the media, what do we think of Stephen Nolan? What do we think of these Liberal Alliance and Sinn Féin and SDLP politicians? In all seriousness, these people are traitors. And they're not just betraying the loyalist and Protestant people, they're betraying their own people as well. Because savages have been allowed to come into this country. Savages have come into this town. They all need to go. But what can we do? What can we do as a community? And I know many of you in this crowd, we've all lived in this town for years. Most of the people here were born in this town and brought up in this town. Well, I think it's time we took a stand. And those lads in East Belfast, give a big applause for the lads in East Belfast. Stephen Nolan, the BBC, the Belfast Telegraph, and the usual cabal of haters that hate on the Protestant loyalist community. They've continued to pour that hate on the people of East Belfast, calling them racist vigilantes. They're not racist vigilantes. They're men and women who love their kids, love their community, and have the guts to do something about it. Now, if we do this in this town, I want to say a couple of things first. We must make sure we do not use anything racist or behave like racist. That's the first thing. Secondly, anything we do must be within the law. But what I will say is there's plenty of men here, and it's time for the men of this town to stand up take to the streets and make sure that the streets of this town are safe. And I'm not going to be sexist, so the women of this town need to make sure the men of this... Now, I did a bit of research on the name Suleiman Delalio, or whatever his name was, and it appears that this name comes from West Africa, and the tribe that this man comes from have spent the last 30 years murdering black African Christians. That's what we've got coming into our communities. Our politicians need to wake up. If they want community cohesion, if they want to make sure everything stays calm and peaceful, they need to start getting these people sent back to where they came from. Exactly, unvetted migration. In fact, there's too much migration, full stop, but that's another story. So what we've got to do, we have got to start lobbying our politicians. We've got to start telling our politicians to take this seriously. Now, I spoke to Alex Easton this week. Alex Easton fully supports everybody here in this protest. And Alex told me he's been speaking to the group that supplies these hotels, Mears, and they are closing the hotels down because of what we've been doing here on Friday night for 2.5 years. But that is only part of the story. My question to Alex and all the politicians is this: once they close the hotels down, where do the men go? Where do they go? We don't want them here. We don't want them in Northern Ireland. We want them gone. So let's between now and next Friday, let's try and get organised, get some groups together. Remember, anything we do, we must not be racist, we must be peaceful, and we must do it within the law. Let's do something big next week. Let's get this town taken back for our country. And like I say, this isn't just for your families. It's for every single family in the town. And all those lefties and those people that criticise us as they go to the pub every Friday night, they should hang their heads in shame, because it's you that are going to save this country. It's you that's going to save this town. Let's just get it done. Thank you very much.
I know the cause race. It's not their houses and bed. It's not their hotels and houses. It's not their
Is that all right? Yep. Set that up there. That's someone get behind the tree. Yeah, that way there. That way. Right, hold on to that. I need to check with something before I start talking. Next door. Oh, what's Super Patcher saying to it? Oh, come on, Super Patcher. Entertain us tonight, man. We through. Oh, Super Troll. We love Super Patcher. He is Freedom Dad's Troll. He is officially Freedom Dad's Troll, okay? Nobody else is going to get that title but Super Patcher. And yeah, so as you can see, the guys are here supporting Richard and yeah, it's all good. Oh, everything good. So yeah, Richard won't be going to Chimney Corner, and myself won't be going to Chimney Corner, and yeah, some other people aren't going to Chimney Corner. And it isn't just to do with politics right now in the Patriot world. It's also to do with the logistics of it and the trouble in the city centre at the weekends because of what road was it? What road shut down? The M3's shut down, so it causes absolute mayhem. You're talking like an hour and a half to do a 20-minute journey. So yeah, the timing isn't great because it's going to be congested and all the rest of it. But there's other stuff going on that I'm not prepared to go into in the live right now. But I won't. Yes, I'll be coming live later on. Time is it now? So let me say about half nine we'll be live. It's Saturday night, you know. Might have a wee glass of wine with you tonight, you know what I mean? It's a Friday night. So I haven't even shaved, you know what I mean? You'll never see me like this, you know what I mean? So it has been non-stop, as you can imagine, you know what I mean? You know, I got in the bed yesterday to get an hour, and as soon as I was about to drop off, phone goes, you know what I mean? Palestinians on the Blue Bridge in Kilcooly, you know what I mean? So fucking out of bed, trainers on. I was trying to get an hour because I knew I was going into East Belfast last night with the East Belfast First Division to do a night patrol with them. And really nice of Richard shouting the guys out there and showing support. And yeah, we support each other, you know, we support each other. And in the face of whatever adversity, you know, it doesn't make a difference to us, you know what I mean? We are never going to falter in our support for each other without a doubt. And a big shout out to Pinky, you know, Freedom Dad community supports you and supports everything you're doing. We will be with you every step of the way. And, you know, we miss you. We miss you. This is one of the first times I've been to Bangor and you haven't been here. So you are missed. A lot of people are asking for you and they're all wanting you to stay safe. And yeah, we support you, mate. We support you. And all these guys support you, so they do. A lot of love, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is, guys. I'm Freedom Dad. I stand on my own, but I support everybody. Am I in the way? What about me? You want to get me? Am I in the picture? Okay. I'm getting shit at me, Freddie. Stop picking on me. Stop picking on me. I'm the cameraman. He's like, he's going, I'm the cameraman. Right, okay. You're meant to be security. All right. Oh, man, honestly. We're like a couple of wives sometimes, you know what I mean? Husband and wife. But yeah, it's all good. Good crack. It's a good feeling of friendship and a bond and, you know, patriotism. You know, there's nothing like it, guys. And until you get involved and you come down, you meet these guys and you get to know them and you realize that, fucking hell, man, these are just like my family. These are the same as my family. They're the same as my brothers, my sisters, my auntie, my uncle, you know. And yeah, and it's mostly Generation X. And the reason why it's mostly Generation X, because they don't feel like they've got much time left. And that's why they're here, because they don't know what else to do. You know, everybody else in their 30s and their 20s and all that will be kicking back going, you know what? Don't need to worry about that right now. It's all good. You know, if anything does happen, we'll just get out and we'll sort it out. There'll be a civil war and we'll sort it out. There is no civil war. You're not sorting it out. Once it's too late, it's too late. You know, and you won't see it when it's too late. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure you see it before it's too late, you know. And we get persecuted, we get hounded. And as you see, our good friend has now got an active warrant out for him, you know what I mean? And he wants to get lifted at the weekend, guys, you know what I mean? Come on, you know, so he will grace their presence when he's ready, you know. And yeah, they had plenty of opportunities and they didn't take them. So what can a man do? You know what I mean? It's Friday, not Saturday, but it's still a weekend, isn't it? So I hope you've had a good week. Hope you're going to have a good weekend. Hope you've got some good plans for the weekend. Hopefully it's a demo somewhere in England, Scotland, Wales, or Ireland, or even in Northern Ireland. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. There's a couple of wee things. I want to give a shout out to CJ and. CJ, as you know, has had the police out today with CJ. He's had an Osmond warning. And what that is whenever there's a threat to your life, and the police know there's a viable threat to your life, so they've got to come out and tell you. We've got intelligence, there's a threat in your life, and they give you a bit of paper telling you what security measures to take. You know, don't do anything routine, check under your car, keep your doors locked, head on a swivel and be paranoid. You know what I mean? That's basically what they're saying to him. So yeah, the most arrested YouTuber in Northern Ireland has now got a death threat, and we are here to support CJ Audits in every way we can. And he's on a live now, is he? He's what? Gary Belfast saying he's on a live now. Yeah, he's yeah. Fucking what time is it? Well, CJ's Audits is on a live. I don't mind if you want to jump over to CJ Audits, an absolute diamond of a guy. There's no YouTuber, a citizen journalist like myself, who I fully support, and he's an absolute gentleman, you know. And you know, this is the best about it. We don't, you know, we're not exactly the same. You know, he's got different styles and different political views and all the rest of it. You know, and it's great. It's great that we're able to still be friends and still communicate and still work together and still give each other wee tips and stuff like that. You know, and it's a really nice atmosphere from the YouTube family and the TikTok family. But you know, everybody needs to be in the same page. We're not just quite there yet, but you know, it is what it is. What is that? What?
CJ should be more worried about a job.
What's he saying?
CJ should be more worried about his job offer than a death threat.
What have I done with my juice? Did we leave everything sitting over there?
I didn't leave mine. Like,
Oh, thanks. You left mine sitting over there.
you wrong way. You didn't leave wrong way.
He wants to happen with him.
Hold on. Resign.
And he's done another runner. Oh, hello. Hello, you.
What for an interview? What for an interview? Yeah, you know. So what brings you out here? That would be the first question to the face, and I said, "What brings you out here today?" I'm here to watch you guys. I mean, make sure there's no breach of the peace. That's what you know. We know the answers before the you know. So yeah, but it's all good. We, like I say, good relationship with the PSNI. Like genuinely, we haven't had any problems apart from what we've seen in East Belfast and the harassment of the guys being told to take hoods down. That's a first, you know what I mean? Well, we understand the mask thing, you know. We don't wear a mask, but you know, we hood up, you know what I mean? You can still see the face. It's not like the hoods are right up, you know, hoods up, but they want the hoods down, and they were sticking cameras in their faces, and I'm trying to get a reaction from them, you know what I mean? You're not doing very good at this camera work. It's all over the
I
place.
know it's a fucking wind.
See, well, blaming the wind, you know what I mean? Not very professional tonight, are we, guys? Well, listen, I am going to be coming live again in an hour or so. We'll get a wee sit down. Yeah, so we'll get a wee sit down. I'm going to get a wee couple of glasses of wine tonight, and we'll get a wee chill out and get a wee chat. And yeah, just the community having a chat. I'm looking forward to seeing all the locals, all the regulars, James, Weebit, me, M&G, you know what I mean? I hate doing this. Should never do this, you know what I mean? Because then I leave so many names out, and so many people have been with me for so long. And yeah, it's difficult staying on top of it all. But we're here in Bangor, Northern Ireland, outside the Marina Court Hotel, protesting against illegal, irregular, and mass immigration and undocumented males coming to this country willy nilly. You know, and getting passports and citizenship like it's confetti. The Ulster flag, flying quite beautiful in the wind. Our beautiful flag, the red hand, the Ulster flag, or the Ulster flag. 6 counties. That's what we're here to protect, guys. You know. So listen, I'm not going to ramble on, and you know, I want to leave some stuff for later, and I want to say hello to a few friends, and as you know, I am here as a citizen journalist, but this is Bangor, you know what I mean? There's guys from Belfast and there's guys from Bangor here, and you know, I've known these guys since I was a wee boy, you know what I mean? So it is, like I say, it is nice. It is a really good feeling, and there's no hate. I promise you guys, there's no hate. It's not far right. It's not racism. There's nothing like that. That's just the media saying it. It's just Stephen Nolan saying this. It's all they've got. Don't look at them, they're racist. Don't listen to them, they're racist. You know, don't subscribe, don't follow, don't heart, don't share because they're racist, you know. shut them down, they're racist, you know what I mean? So it's not working anymore. People are sick of it. People can see it. Everybody's talking about it. It's embarrassing. So listen, I'm fucking freedom. I'm sorry for swearing, guys. I don't know why I said that. It's fucking Stephen Nolan winds me up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm Freedom Dad. Coming to you from Bangor, Northern Ireland, outside the Marina Court Hotel, with the patriots of Northern Ireland, mothers, fathers, grannies, granddads, aunties, uncles, out to say enough is enough. Stop the boats, stop the planes, stop the visas, stop everything. Let's take stock of what we got. We can't afford it. We don't have the money. Our infrastructure's crumbling. We don't have mental health. We don't have NHS. Everything's gone to pot. And it's all because of mass immigration. See you later on. I'm Freedom Dad, and God bless.